Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene recently flew into a screaming fit over the Chinese balloon. So now this was during a hearing over said balloon. And yeah, let me get to the report here from The Hill. They said that the Biden administration officials had briefed House members behind closed doors at the Capitol on Thursday morning over this weekend's downing of a Chinese spy balloon off the Carolina coast. So look, that spy balloon again shot down. It was a pretty big balloon. It was about 200 feet tall and as long as like 3 buses or something. It's a pretty big balloon. Now, one lawmaker who attended the briefing said that while they were having this, Marjorie Taylor Greene got very upset. In fact, the exchange between Greene and officials included profanities. Oh, she's got a little bit of a potty mouth, does she not?
Oh, no!
Okay. I really don't care. I think that's funny. All right. So now other members in attendance for the briefing also described the exchange as being expletive laden. With one person in attendance quoted anonymously saying, anonymously, very anonymous. Okay. Saying that Greene was being quote unquote irrational. When she got to ask questions, the lawmaker said, she was yelling out saying, bullshit. And I don't believe you. So I guess apparently anytime somebody tried to explain, hey, this is the balloon and this is why we did what we did. By the way, one of the reasons they waited to shoot down the balloon is because, well, they didn't want the debris to crash down on populated areas. It seems like a good enough reason to not shoot it over over a populated center. But again, they say that stuff, and she replies with bullshit. Okay, well, fun. Now, the lawmaker also said she was just, quote, screaming and yelling. Irrational, in my estimation. Marjorie Greene being irrational? No.
Really?
Who could have possibly seen this one coming? I mean, really, golly gee.
Peachtree dish.
Now, these are unnamed staffers and congresspeople. Now you have Representative Gregory Meeks, who confirmed that there was tension in the room. Just some tension, right? In fact, he said, there's some members who just don't want to believe what they said. They say, oh, I don't believe you. That kind of thing. I don't trust you. So that's the kind of tension, just to fight back. Oh, again, we're talking about somebody who was QAnon congresswoman. Yeah, of course she's not going to trust anything anybody says. I guess it's part of her brand, that she's the conspiracy theorist in the room. Now, The Hill also reported 2 anonymous members' recounts at the briefing, one saying that there were people muttering on the side, while another stated that there were remarks out loud from more than one Republican throughout the briefing. Now, I had wondered if they were asking about the very, very important question, especially if Marjorie Greene had asked why the Biden administration did not deploy the
Jewish space lasers.
Why not? They were right there. They could use them. Shoot down that balloon. Why didn't you use it? Why didn't you use it, Joe? Why didn't you use the space lasers? I don't know. So, look, no, here's the thing. Serious. She's mad at Biden. Obviously. But when the Trump administration let 3 of these Chinese spy balloons pass through the country, near the country, into our airspace, without shooting them down, I mean, she just ignored when that happened, but when it came to the Biden administration, well, of course, that's when she gets mad. Weird. Look, I think it's pretty obvious this is just political bullshit. Okay? So, now, that said, I don't actually care about the balloon. Now you might think, wait a minute, why? Why don't you care about the balloon? It's the Chinese Communist government. They're spying on us and you don't care?
Can't let that happen.
No, here's the thing though. What we know from this balloon, according to the government at least, that was carrying communications surveillance equipment. Now, the reason that it doesn't really bother me as much is because our own government spies on us constantly, all the time. I'm actually much more furious about that than China. Remember, Edward Snowden revealed the NSA spying program years ago. Not only that, but it's been revealed that corporations like Facebook, Twitter, etc., social media companies have a lot of our information. And by the way, if you're concerned about China, well then TikTok also has a lot of our personal information. You know, hey, basically everyone has our data, and that sucks. Now, as for the defense, if you're worried about but do you understand we got to defend ourselves against China? Remember, we spend $800 billion on the military. That's way more than China. That is more than every other country's military combined. Okay? I'm not exactly buying that this is, it's prelude to a Chinese invasion. No, this is just, Cold War McCarthyism 2.0. And really, again, more scaremongering, essentially, to funnel money into the hands of the military-industrial complex, the defense contractors. That's what's going on here, okay? Yes, so that's why Republicans and, yes, Democrats are freaking out. Again, countries spy on each other. We spy on our allies. Our allies spy on us. Our government spies on us. And I've got more details about that, by the way. Corporations spy on us, sell our data. We don't have privacy anymore. And that's terrible, and we actually should do something about it. But it starts with us and our own government. Not, getting irrationally angry at a Chinese balloon. So much to the point where now we have to start coming up with anti-balloon defenses and spending millions of dollars to shoot down balloons and shoveling more money towards Northrop Grumman and all these defense contracting corporations. No, let's not. So, like I said, I don't like the idea of being spied on, but by our government, or by anyone else's government. But I'm far more enraged that our own government has been spying in on us. But you know who was not enraged by this? Well, for one, former President Donald Trump. In fact, Trump had the administration had refused to release a report, and this is a privacy watchdog report, about how the U.S. government has handled personal information that has been swept up by our numerous surveillance programs. You know what the administration argued? Executive privilege. Oh, sorry, you can't show how we're dealing with your personal data, taking it and using it. It's executive privilege. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? Now, we also know the Trump administration had targeted the New York Times journalists as well with their spying powers. So there's that. Not only that, but the Trump administration also had refused to fully staff the Privacy and Civil Liberties Oversight Board. That was created to ensure that national security laws and programs do not infringe on individual rights and freedoms. Trump nominated the chairman for that board, even though he left most of it empty because he was supposed to nominate a Democrat. He did not. By the way, Republicans also held it up in the Senate during that time, 2018. And that chairman that was nominated for the board had a record of supporting unconstitutional surveillance programs. Interesting. And again, you know who had never complained about this? Marjorie Taylor Greene. Do you think that she'd be even more irate, considering the fact that the Biden administration is still using these surveillance programs? They haven't stopped it. The Biden administration is right now defending Section 702 of the FISA warrantless wiretapping power, saying, it's vital for national security. We must keep it. We must have our powers to spy in on American citizens and their conversations with people overseas. We have to have it, even though it's not stopped any sort of terrorist attacks at all. It's just, again, too much government power to spy in on average people. I'm angry that Biden is continuing that program, but where are the Republicans? Aside from a couple, I don't see anyone else against this. Marjorie Taylor Greene, where are you? The NSA, the FBI, all these organizations you say you were against, you hate. They're collecting the citizens' personal information, sweeping it all up. They're vacuuming up our metadata. Are you concerned? Are you concerned? Are you speaking out against that? Are you holding rallies? No. You're walking around with your stupid balloon. That's what you're doing. No, she's just mad at Joe Biden because of the Chinese spy balloon. That's it. She just wants to be mad at Joe Biden, and she'll find any excuse she can to do so. That's who she is. She doesn't give a damn about actual real issues, actual surveillance by our own government, and actual freedom. Doesn't care. All she's looking for is political hit jobs against the Biden administration because she doesn't like him. That's it.